DuALPlus in Vorarlberg. In Vorarlberg, the project activities were implemented in Montafon, Bregenz and Lustenau. In Montafon, 6 apprenticeships were able to expand their factual, social and self-competences under the motto Learning for Life. On 6 days, topics such as time and goal management, learning to learn and a business management game were on the agenda. The courses were structured as an interesting supplement to the training in the companies and the vocational school. An additional training compass for pupils and parents was developed, which presents the education system in an easy-to-understand way, as well as a checklist for career orientation days in companies. In Bregenz, the project Lobby was initiated by DuALPlus, which helps young people to facilitate and manage the transition from school education to working life. The future young people in Bregenz will receive expert support in starting apprenticeship if needed. In Lustenau, the focus of the project was on marketing. The existing offers were examined and are now being systematically developed.
Where my colleague Professor Stefan Moritz and I were invited to work on the DuALPlus project in 2017, we took this opportunity to make an active contribution to the promotion of both the value and quality of dual training in the Alpine space and the permeability of training systems in our region. In the course of the project, our professional network continued to develop. In addition to the project partners, it is particularly important to mention the members of our community of practice, the exchange with our observers, as well as phases of research and data collection, which allowed getting in touch with representatives of the Chambers of Commerce in Lower Austria and Vienna, various SMEs from trade and crafts, as well as educational institutions. Moreover, a cooperation agreement was concluded with the College for Ceramics and Furnace Construction. The most significant impact for us as an institution has so far been the pilot training format Skilled Training for University Students, which has enabled students from our Manual and Material Culture Bachelor program to complete an apprenticeship in the metal sector. It is planned to integrate this course into the curriculum in the near future and also to create a corresponding offer to the wood sector. Finally, we would like to thank the project leader, respectively all partners, for the wonderful cooperation.
Permeability is a constant topic in education systems of the Alpine space and is primarily associated by implementing barrier-free education pathways. It acknowledges the fact that the golden standard is not the only pathway. Instead, previously non-standard education pathways become just as much the rule. A permeable education system allows, for example, to move from vocational education and training to higher education and back, or move between regions. Within the DuALPlus project, the Technical University of Applied Sciences Rosenheim concluded cooperation agreements in order to reduce barriers, for example, in the field of international permeability. An exemplary recognition process was conducted to now allow South Tyrol master competitors to enroll at a bachelor program at the TH Rosenheim, taking account of international recognition modalities. Furthermore, bridging courses for international students were developed to allow a smooth transition into higher education. Advanced courses for young professionals foster lifelong learning and were developed in cooperation with Campus Chiemgau, a local initiative that brings together higher education and VET. We believe that students in a permeable education system should be well informed about possible career paths, taking account of regulated recognition modalities. Within the DuALPlus project, we implemented student ambassadors as testimonials that reported in front of school classes about their education path, for example, from VET to higher education. DuALPlus helped us establish a network and increase permeability and hence increase the attractiveness of both VET and higher education.
The DuALPlus project is a third Interact project in which we cooperated as Chamber of Skilled Crafts from Munich and Upper Bavaria, and we always enjoy the opportunity to get inspired by other countries and their approaches and concepts and measures in the field of vocational education and training. And for Bavaria, this project, the DuALPlus project, resulted really in some completely new innovative measures in the field of job orientation, but also in the training and further vocational training of in-company tutors and trainers, so to prepare them much better to the nowadays conditions that they have to face, and also to the target groups that they are now training currently in the dual education. And also we also saw that it was quite efficient, the project, in order to install cooperation with partners in other countries. So we signed a cooperation agreement with South Tyrol as well.
Thanks to DuALPlus project, the autonomous province of Trento developed new measures to support the attractiveness of dual education. And in particular, 3 main impacts generated by the project can be highlighted. First, a more effective orientation process and a better awareness of dual education were promoted through a new orientation portal that hosts in-depth information on dual education offers activated by local education and training institutions, and presents the new promotional clip addressed to youngsters. A second impact regards the training of in-company tutors. The valuable contribution of DuALPlus was to foster a more active role of in-company tutors in the management of dual education path, thanks to the organization of 2 participatory workshops called Learning Atelier. Last but not least, thanks to DuALPlus, the province of Trento strengthened networking strategy with dual education stakeholders at regional, national and European levels.
The transnational approach of the project made it possible to exchange experiences. Insights into the work of other regions were provided, and it was possible to adopt good examples and initiate improvements. The most successful achievement was the cooperation agreement in the topic of permeability of dual vocational. Through the cooperation agreement of the recognition of the master title, South Tyrolean competitors get improved access to services in Germany and an enormous cost time saving in the recognition process. The cooperation agreement on the recognition of the master carpenter title will be very well received, and attempts will be made to extend it to other professions. Another important step in terms of communication was the expansion of the job board. Through the project, job offers that were previously only shown on the local homepage could be moved to the province's own homepage. These extended the reach enormously, and the image of dual education would be raised. This measure could be adopted by other job boards. In general, we aimed to raise awareness and change attitudes and behavior about dual training. The impact was mainly regional on the partner level, but also national. Close cooperation with Trento was achieved, transnational experiences could be exchanged. The intellectual output will be something new and very useful for further research and projects in this topic.
The DuALPlus project focused on the Alpine part of the EU region. This is why it was all the more interesting, as it addressed topics that transcended a particular country. The project was very useful because we got to know more about vocational education, the functioning of the educational system and individual approaches in the partner countries, which is of course extremely useful as it broadens our horizons and encourages additional thinking opportunities in the future. All partner countries face the same problems of staff shortage at the middle professional level, and with different educational system and policies that make the frame for implementation of individual actions and activities. We know it is difficult or simply impossible to put all partner countries on a common denominator and to carry out an individual action in all countries equally. However, it is extremely useful to use different models and the solutions of individual partner countries, which can be adjusted according to the Slovenian education system and policy. We are very glad we had the opportunity to be a part of this project, and as you've seen and heard, it benefited our region in many different ways.
The CMA Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes represented France in the European project Interreg Alpine Space DuALPlus, thanks to its expertise in the promotion and implementation of apprenticeship in the 250 craft trades. This experience was very rich in lessons on the good practices of the 9 partners and 6 countries represented. DuALPlus has enabled us to strengthen ties with our local partners to promote dual education that is still too undervalued in France. It helped to position the CMA as one of the main actors of learning in the crafts in Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes, but also at the national and transalpine level. we met passionate European partners with a great expertise of dual education. The good practices implemented in the 6 countries have enriched our arguments to attract young people and their families to learning by giving it a European dimension. We are very proud to have participated in this project, and we thank all partners for their support, their teachings, their professionalism, and the friendliness of the exchanges and the rare moments that COVID has allowed us to spend together in different regions. This experience contributes daily to enrich our support of craft enterprises in the recruitment of apprentices and encourages us to develop the actions of mobility of apprentices and modernization of dual education. Thank you very much to the lead partners from Vorarlberg and all the other partners for this great collaboration despite of the COVID crisis.
It would certainly be premature to make a final judgment on the outcome of the DuALPlus project for our region. However, the first effects of some of the formats developed within the framework of the project are already visible. For example, the workshops for creative youngsters have been a great success with young people from the region. Thus, from November 2021 to March 2022, about 50 youngsters took advantage of the free workshops. Those workshops, which are unique in the Valley region, enable young people to engage in creative activities, develop their potential and to exchange ideas with experienced experts from the world of work. At the same time, they learn more about the different professions in the field of art and design. Those workshops also relieve the local economy, which can hardly keep up with the demand for internships. In addition, the participants gain experience which facilitates their entry in the professions of art and design and thus creates added value for all stakeholders. The collaboration and exchange with both local, national and international partners created a strong network that we will certainly draw on in the future. The collaboration in the framework of DuALPlus has also shown us how important it is to look at one's own problems from a different angle in order to find new and creative solutions.